Back everybody, thank you and apologies for the delay of course, but we are back and it's just in time for the race. It is me and Redcar Rambo, the King of Paw, ready for the race of Tier 2 in the Marina Bay circuit. So, as we were, the grid is as it was and the weather conditions etc. are to be as they were as well. In case you forgot, Fox River is on pole, P2 is Doris, P3 is Adust, P4 Hoseman, P5 Gatian and P6 is Womax. Let us know who your shot for the race win will be, and of course we will find out in just a short moment. I am joined as before by Redcar Rambo. Ryan, are you comfy? You well?
I am comfy. Well, we had a break. I was eating nuts.
The question is, whose nuts? Were they knobbies?
These nuts. These nuts.
Gotcha!
Nah, the one and only KP.
KP, Calvin Phillips.
Don't start this with your man bun.
Anyway. Once everyone has selected their tyres, fuel and setups, we will get this race going, of course. Now then. So beforehand, you picked Doris as your call for the race win. Are you going to stand by that, or are you going to chop it and change it?
I can't remember the grid.
That's all right. Pole was Fox River, second Doris, third Eddie Dust, fourth is Hoseman, sorry, fifth is Gatiana, sixth is Womax.
Do you know what? I might take an outside chance. I'll take an outside chance, and I will say Womax.
Ooh, I'm going to stick with Hoseman.
I don't like picking the top two.
No, I can understand why.
Singapore, and generally it would be one of the top two.
It should be, you're right, it should. Now then, here we go. Formation lap is proceeding. We apologise for the wait, and obviously for those who sat there waiting with cold tyres, now is the time to get the tyres back up to temperature.
Pardon me?
I'll let you off on this occasion, good Rambo.
That just came out.
Oh, fair play to you. Now then. Let's hope that this race start is nice and clean and without any glitches. Of course, we just had a major glitch which saw the pole sitter not able to start the race, getting a drive-through penalty and then getting put into a wall. So that's not what we want to see, and fingers crossed all is smooth and simple going forward this time.
Hopefully.
Indeed. Now, one of the unique features of Singapore being the night race is obviously the cars and the liveries just pop that bit better under the lights. Yeah. I know you have your favourites when it comes to liveries, but does that change when they're under the lights?
Right. I mean, on the game, under the lights, I'm going to be controversial. The McLaren isn't that nice.
I know in real life it is, but I know what you mean. On the game it's not.
On the game it's just really not. I mean, you've got cars like the Williams, the Aston, the Merc, they pop. The Alfa Romeo looks tidy, the Alpine's tidy. Most of them are, it's just something about the Williams.
It's a beautiful car.
It just doesn't look the same. It's nice when you're on board.
In real life the orange looks really nice, but it looks a bit too bright. In this light here,
it's lovely. Just on this game it just doesn't pop as much.
Indeed. Now then, we've got them all back on the grid. Let's get the tyre details back on the screen for you. So it looks fairly similar to before. Now then, there's a Haas very out of line. That's got to be Bergen, surely. He's the only one crazy enough. Here we go, the light sequence again. Let's hope this one is a bit simpler. And here we go. We have 5 laps, and for the second time in Singapore, we are underway. And yet this time Fox River does start. And already into turn 1, he's had a great getaway. We've got side by side. Doris and Eddie Dust. There's contact. Oh, but looks like we just got away with it. Eddie Dust is past Doris. Just on the order that Wumax is ahead of his teammate, Gassian, who's been left for dead by his teammate, is now side by side with Bergen. He's using the soft tyres to his advantage, of course. Oh dear, there's a few people side by side on the run down into turn 5, so turn 6. The 2 Haas and 2 Alpha Tower drive. Sorry. Oh, we've got Alpha Tower off track. It's Gassian, he's gone wide. He's looked like he's lost about 4 places. Gassian was P5 on the grid. He's down to P9. He's now side by side with Jackster, who's on the inside. That's not cool. You want to go side by side there.
It's a weird track in a sense. If you're offline, you won't have grip anyway. It's kind of messy.
Indeed. And just as before, it looks like Bit, who had a disaster in the last start, has had a disaster again this time. Aston Martin, P19 and 20. It's just like real world F1, the Aston's at the back. Here we go though, side by side, Dumbest Hornet, sorry, Baby Hornet in Dumbest Hornet's form, and B17 side by side, and there's a bit of contact between Fajay Rooster and B17. So it looks like all is fine.
It's having a nice steady start, going steady away. He's been let go by his teammate.
That's nice. Play. Good teamwork.
Fair play.
Let's have a look at the movers and the shakers. So Ghost Rider. Having a look at Gassian now. Gassian's had a real mare. Bergen's up to P6. So it has to be said, Bergen 3 places up. His teammates 3 places up. Good start for the Haas boys. Fanning has found 4 places, as has Monster. Then 4 places for Wazza and the other Alfa Romeo. The 2 Haas and the 2 Alfa Romeo making moves at the start. Monster's made 4 positions from the back. And of course Eddie Dust jumping up to P2 from his initial P3 on the grid. Wumax as well with a position up. Good start for them guys. Now then, this is... Oh, we've got an Alfa Romeo on the outside! Fanning's gone on the outside of Ghost Rider. That's balls to the wall. And behind them, look at this now. Boothy's at the inside of Rob Smith. Rob Smith just gives him a nice wide berth. And there's contact. DRS Julian hits the back of Rob Smith. And that would have really unsettled the Alpine man. He needs to really regain his composure after that. Now, no DRS as of yet, but this is one of the zones where DRS will come in handy next lap. Now let's cut back to the front. Eddie Dust. He's keeping with Fox. Fox River is not running away with this. In fact, look at them. Less than 4 tenths. Just 3 tenths between the two. And Eddie is really hungry.
Has got a fiery Bergen.
He has. We'll come back to them shortly. Eddie Dust with a huge opportunity here as Fox got a big twitch out of turn 3. 3 turns 4 and 5, and now Eddie's getting twitchy. That gives Fox the chance to pull away. Fox using his ERS, I'm sure, as he rumbles down the straight here.
DRS is going to go for Jackster down the DRS straight, and
he is.
He looks to have
easy move.
Made it stick.
Good spot. Will Jackster come back at him? Doesn't look like it.
Good move.
Yep, nice and clean. No caffeine. Fanning just behind him, he's 5 places up from his grid slot, so that makes him the joint biggest mover, along with Monster. He's now into the points positions, is Mr. Fanning. And Dumbest Hornet, or she's actually Baby Hornet, is out of the session. He has lost it in the first sector, and that is our first safety car. So it's a virtual safety car technically, but it is our first of the day. By the way, Josh Julian has pitted for a new front wing and set of tyres. He's now half a minute behind the next car. Now then, whilst we're in the VSC and everyone settles down, let's get statistical about the Singapore Grand Prix. So, first, we drive through from Wazza into the VSC. We'll come back to the stats in a second because that is a disaster for the Alfa Romeo man. He's serving it straight away. He's wise. He's watched F1 in real life and knows that he has to serve it. A safety car is coming, and Fajay Russo has now retired in the final sector. Will that be another safety car? It's a virtual. So, Wazza is going to get away with a cheap drive-through penalty compared to what it could have been, although I'm sure he would have rather that became a full safety car.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world for him. He still can get something from this race.
Still a long way to go.
Indeed. By the way, Fanning's now 7 positions up from his grid slot. Morns is 6 up from his grid slot. Those two have had incredible starts. So, virtual safety car number 2 of the race, and we're only on lap 4. Don't be surprised if we have some more safety car action in the race to come. So, Eddie Dust and Doris and Hoseman are all on the back of Fox, and Scottish Ninja now gets a drive through for speeding in the VSC, and Doris has gone round Eddie Dust, but Doris is almost in the wall. Oh wow, he broke far too late. He pounced on the restart, got it right, and then got it so wrong afterwards. But this top 4 here, a Ferrari, a McLaren, a Mercedes and a Red Bull, that's what we want to see in real life, is it not? Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen, maybe Leclerc or Sainz. That's what we want to see in real life, don't we?
Yeah. Apart from the Ferrari.
And the Red Bull. Now then, Hoseman is right on the back of Doris, and we know from the early 2 rounds of the season how good and how on the money Hoseman can be. Let's see, can he capitalise on this? DRS is now live. Fox Rivers running away at the front, and Eddie behind them isn't using his DRS, interestingly. He could have used it, but he didn't, and that has meant he's dropped down from the back of the Ferrari up front to allow Doris to get right up behind him.
Yeah.
I love these overhead shots through the city.
Oh, that's great, isn't it?
These overhead shots we just got through the end of the first sector, where the camera spins 180 degrees with the car. That's just something else.
Fanning's got past Jackson now as well.
Honestly, flip. Jeez, that's I nearly said something worse there. I might actually save it. I might actually save that. Fanning, P7 now. He's having the race of an absolute angel here. Hoseman's dropped back coming out of that middle sector there. I think he's had a moment through the bridge section. But Eddie is closing back up to Fox, and Doris is not letting him think about it. She's keeping right on him too.
The top 4 mediums, Womack is still, he's not that far behind on the hard.
No, he's not, and he'll be on the mediums later. I think the medium is the worst tyre of the 2. Oh, and Eddie nearly getting on the back of Fox into turn 1. The deceleration there is so crazily close between the 2. I personally think the medium is not as nice a tyre. The hard and the soft are nicer tyres, but the softs just don't last, which prompts you to use the medium where you can. Here we go. DRS is live. Is there going to be a move from McLaren? No, and Mercedes therefore has to back off as well. There are 3 real overtaking zones here. 2 of them are with DRS, and 1 is just after DRS straight. So, really, these sections here, if the lead car without DRS gets a good enough exit and has enough battery, they can hold on. It's a track where
He's doing well today. He's keeping with Womack as well.
He is. The Scottish Ninja's now out of the session. He's lost it at turn 3, and that's a full safety car. Okay, if you're on the soft tyres, you're surely going to pit right now. Whack on a hard. I chose those words as to my usual comment, and yep, it's hard and on the other way round. Yeah, surely if you're on a soft tyre now, you put the hards on or a medium on, and you try and go as long as you can. If you're already on the hard,
that would get them off.
Yeah,
Get the softs off.
Yeah, they've done the job for Fanning and Bergen. They've done the job. They've got them track position. Now they want to try and play the strat game and see where they go.
Yeah,
If you're
I
at
mean,
the
you can go
front,
soft, hard, soft now if you really wanted.
yep, Doris is pitting, he's on the mediums. The rest of the top
Is
four
it
all
in? Bergen's
continue.
in.
Yep, Bergen's in, Fanning
Fanning's in.
is following him. Doris is the only one of the top four to have pitted. Now, he races on Friday night. He has a bit of inside
Bergie
information.
is in.
Yeah, I personally would be pitting now. Rob Smith
Bitter
is in.
Wazza is a little bit
Yeah,
further behind.
Rob Smith and Bitter in, yeah. Wazza and DRS Julian, be interesting to see what they do. Same with B17. Now then,
I mean, them two at the bottom can
might as well pit and put a
stay
fresh
out.
set on
I
if they
mean,
wanted to.
I mean, Bowley's only done one lap. And
Indeed. Now then, so let's get some stats in. So, the first race we held here was in 2008, and of course we've mentioned there's been a few tweaks and turns to the circuit since. The circuit count today is 31 laps. In real round F1 it's 62 laps. The circuit's 4.94 kilometres long, which is just over 3.2 miles, about 3.1 miles. The record for lap time was set this year at the new faster version of this track by Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton, 135.8.
okay.
Of course, in qualifying we saw much faster times than that, of course. The race this year was won by none other than Carlos Sainz, although everyone expected Verstappen to win here. This is a track that...
When
Sorry,
you were
go ahead.
watching the race, it was looking like a Mercedes was going to win the race.
I still believe that if Russell had let Lewis through, Lewis would have got Lando and Sainz. I genuinely believe he would have.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would definitely give Lewis the better hand. I would have asked George to move. Lewis was clearly quicker.
Oh yeah, a lot quicker. But yeah, Verstappen, weirdly, has never won the Singapore Grand Prix. It's one track that has always evaded him.
I
don't believe he's
it's
actually
weird,
managed a
isn't it?
podium here.
Because I think when Red Bull are doing well, they don't win Singapore. And when Merc are doing well, they don't win Singapore.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bogey
really
track.
weird.
It's a bogey track, you're right. Yeah, so we've brought a bit of controversy into the chat there, and I'm going to take it that step further. So, of course, the 2008 Crashgate saga featuring Nelson Piquet Jr., who was instructed by the Renault team to crash deliberately coming into the now non-used final complex that then follows under the spectator stand. That was a cracking little sequence, that. He deliberately crashed the car at a period where pitting under the safety car was prohibited, and Fernando Alonso, his teammate, had just conveniently made a pit stop very early, and he then went on to win the race. Very controversial days. We also found out that in that season, because of that, the FIA deemed that because it was cheated into a race win, that the race should have been null and voided, apparently. Which, had it been done so, Felipe Massa, who had a catastrophic disaster of a race, may well have won the World Championship in 2008, but crucially he didn't. And his court claims are null and void because I said so.
I mean, he's left it a little bit too late. He just looks back now.
I mean,
He looks like a blue tit.
Yeah, just without the blue bit.
Yeah. But I have to add the blue bit because it's YouTube.
Yeah, add YouTube, yeah, blue tit's fine without the blue, but you can't say it. I always preferred great tit, personally, to a blue tit.
That's a good one.
But yeah, Massa, I'm not being funny, mate, but 15 years ago, let it go. I've been told to let 2021 Abu Dhabi go, and I'm still a bit annoyed about that, but 15 years is a bit excessive, do you not think?
I mean, you're still struggling a little bit to let go of last season, aren't you? Inside, you're inside.
No, yeah. The one before was worse. 0.011. Anyway, we move. So, safety car is on the way in.
Under the tyre changes, Berg and Fanning are now in podium positions.
They are, they're in the mediums, and frankly, I would not be surprised to see them make their way through the field. But here we go into the final corner. Fox River goes, and he is away. He's got a nice gap, well, not such nice gap actually, because Eddie Duss got a better run through the final corner than him. Now then, just quickly saying hello to those in the YouTube chat. Hello to Connor, who thinks Doris is the favourite. Mark Hodgson agrees with Doris being the favourite. And hello to Manny Grantham, who agrees with me about Hoseman for the win. There we go. I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy.
Doris is now looking very good on the fresh hard. He probably take that well into the race.
He should do. I agree. Especially if there's a couple of virtual safeties throughout, they should be fine. Now then, it's all tightly bunched at the front. Wemax has been given a chance by this to get himself back into the mix. And as you mentioned, this is great for Bergen and Fanning. Boothie and co backwards, they are now firmly in the mix for some good points today.
Yeah, you would think so now.
Yeah, definitely. Although they've got the obstacle of Monster, Gatian, Ghost Rider, Jackster ahead of them before they get to the front three mix. And there's a car round. Oh no, there's two cars round. That's Wazza and B17. Yeah. It's not good for those two. Now then, we continue. The front three.
McLaren just pulled over.
Oh, was that Monster by any chance?
That was Monster, yeah. I don't know what happened there.
He's yeah. Oh, Monster. It looked like he was letting people through, and then suddenly it looked like he was going for Yvonne Boothie. I think he's got an issue. Oh, he's just struggling. But here we go, Rob's.
I mean, you could have possibly wiggled. Do that and you can lose multiple positions, like.
Yeah. Rob Smith is on the rear of that McLaren now. Don't be surprised to see the Alpine pass the Papaya car.
This Fanning and Bergen have passed Doris.
They have? Oh wow, that's a disaster for Doris. Although his tyres will go the distance, he will come good later. And look at this scrap we got here between the two Haas drivers. Is Ghost Rider trying to do his teammate a favour? Oh, Gassian shoves Bergen wide, and through goes Doris.
It's allowed Fanning through.
It has. Through goes Fanning. Oh, Doris doesn't quite get through. Now Bergen's next nemesis is his own teammate. Is Ghost Rider going to play the team game and let him through? Surely he will. B17.
I think so.
B17's just got a penalty for the pit lane infringement. Now then, Ghost Rider, does he attack Jackster or let Bergen go? Either way, he needs to act quickly.
He's gonna have to do it, like, in the brake zone, I would have thought, or otherwise Fanning will scream through as well.
He's just holding up his teammate here. Jackson's had a moment, and there you go.
Anyway,
Ghost Rider's had a big moment. Yeah, big moment. Not good from Ghost Rider. Should have let his teammate through, really. Now then,
Jackster is next in line for Bergen.
Yeah, Jackson and Bergen are good friends, we know this, but friends on track become rivals. Will they play nice or will they fight? And it looks like Bergen's going to have him here. Easy move from Bergen.
The traction difference there was just crazy.
Indeed, and I have to say, Bergen now 5 seconds off the front four. Maybe he'll go to the end, maybe he won't, but he's going to catch them. And even if he does have to pit, he's now up to P4 in the race when he was P7, I believe, beforehand. Sorry, P5 in the race, he was P7, so he's actually 2 places up, having pitted. And he'll feel better for it. Back to the front then. Now, these front four here, they'll be very aware of what's going on behind them. They'll see it on their telemetry. And we've got a car around again. It's, I believe, Gassian's had a moment again. So Gassian, P5 on the grid, now running 16th of 17 runners. Fanning's got past Jackster for P6, that's crucial. Jackster is going to potentially hold up Ghost Rider and Boothie here. That could end up bringing his teammate DRS Julian back into play. But look at this, we've got 4 cars scrapped on the DRS straight here now. Jackster the lead of the 4 cars.
Bit has gone past.
Oh my word! Got Mercedes almost in the wall there. Doris, did he hit the wall?
I heard. I did hear it.
That was chaos. Oh, there's a Williams colliding with Monster. That's DRS Julian and Monster. Looks like DRS Julian is the one that's actually lost out the most there. No, Monster's just let him through. So maybe there was more to that than we saw.
I mean, that's fair play.
Yeah, and Waz is now having a go at Monster. Waz is through. This is very intense fighting between these. Oh, Monster's so twitchy out of turn 3. And that's cost him another position now. He's down to P15. Disaster for him. Back to the front though. And Eddie Dust is very much lining up a move for Fox. They'll be aware of Bergen, who's now only 1.8 behind this quartet. He's closing quickly. Is this the moment where Eddie Dust, decides to go for the move? Does he try and take the lead? Who are you looking at the moment, Ryan?
Bergen was 5 seconds behind.
He's now 1.4. Exactly. Wumax is slowly dropping off the front 3. So this, really for Bergen, is good because that gives him a chance to take a vulnerable Wumax rather than a Wumax with DRS.
Yeah.
But look, Fanning's not letting him go either. Fanning's staying with him. So here we go. Sound like Fabrizio Romano, but here we go. Back to the front though, Eddie Dust. 4 tenths is the gap between the front 2. Jackson now behind Bits. Bits making moves. He's on the comeback trail himself. Now then, I'm ready for this DRS zone here because I think Eddie, if he saved up enough battery, might make some moves. Jackster has pitted. He's had enough of these mediums.
Yeah, I would have probably gone an extra lap if I was in.
Here comes Eddie. Here's Eddie. And round the outside of Fox into turn 6. Just keeps it on track and he's through. That's P1 for the McLaren. Clean as you like. Will Hoseman go for the move? We'll see shortly, but let's look at Wumax and Bergen. Bergen's all over the AlphaTauri now. Here we go into the Anderson Bridge section. Bergen all over the back of the car that he drove last season in Tier 1. He will be so keen to get this move done quickly. They are losing time to the guys ahead, being stuck behind Wumax. Surely Bergen here is going to send one up the inside. He does. Does he keep it clean? He does. Wumax with a lockup. Goes deep. Bergen has to react, and that opens the door for Fanning to come back at them both. And Fanning and Bergen now side by side. It looks like Fanning's going to get a move on both of them done. More before Bergen. And Fanning's past Bergen.
That's a good move, that.
It was clever play from Fanning. Picked his moment, saw these two fighting, and decided to pounce. Now, will Fanning go for it in turn 1? He's so close already. But with the high downforce setups that everyone's running at this track, it's so hard to get a run on the straights. This DRS zone here will surely be the end for Wumax with the fight between him and Fanning. Meanwhile, Eddie is 1.2 clear of Fox already. Fanning is already past Wumax on the run down to turn 6.
And I think Bergen had DRS as well.
He did. Bergen will have to wait a few more corners at least if he wants to take the position from Wumax too. He needs to hurry up. He doesn't want to let Fanning get too far away. And bear in mind, Fanning's now 1.2 off a Hoseman, so he might get DRS at the end of this lap.
Possibly, he might even get it on this lap. No.
Always the big moment there, though. He's nearly put it in the wall as Fanning, so it's actually, by doing that, cost himself, and that's given Wumax DRS to defend against Bergen with.
Yeah.
So that, Bergen will be absolutely crucifying himself for not getting the move done last lap on Wumax. But can he? Oh, Wumax very deep into the hairpin here. That's going to give Bergen a great opportunity to slipstream him and launch it into the chicane coming. Bergen goes to the racing line, the outside line. And yet, Wumax has just let him go. He doesn't want to waste time fighting. It's quite a sensible move.
Not really.
No, it's a sensible move from Wumax. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pit in the next couple of laps. Those mediums will be spent on... Sorry, the hards will be spent on him. And DRS Julian's retired. He's out at the Anderson... No, just before the Anderson Bridge. And that's another safety car. Safety car number 2. Now...
Nice fresh pair of softs for
Softs?
Mediums.
I was going to say mediums would be perfect for here. Softs, wouldn't fancy it.
I don't think.
If you've not pitted, you have to pit now. If you've already pitted, I'd consider pitting again.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Look at the pace difference that Bergen and Fanning and Doris in particular had over everyone else, and how quickly Fanning and Bergen made their way through the field. If you look at that pace they had, if you look at the benefit they had in the corners, look how confident they were to line people up. If you don't pit, you are really going to miss out on an opportunity here. Track position is one thing, but the grip difference is something else. So let's see. It'll be interesting to see who pits from the front runners.
I think the top three definitely have to pit, including Rumox.
Yeah, 1000%. In fact, I would be very shocked if anyone didn't pit here.
If I was Fanning
even
and Bergen,
Doris,
I would also pit again.
I would too. Even Doris, Fanning and Bergen, I would expect them to pit at the end of this lap. For them personally, this was not what they wanted. They wanted to see out their strategy to the end. But they now know that...
perfect for the three leaders.
Yeah, for the three leaders, they know this actually gives them a chance to fight.
Are done. 14 laps, they're done.
Yeah, the guys they were fighting behind now, that's their charge halted. Fanning and Bergen have both continued. I think that's bold. Personally, I would have pitted. However,
that's a big mistake.
I agree. I personally think they should have pitted, but nevertheless, they will continue. They're going to have guys behind them on much newer tyres. And Bits continues. Rob Smith has stayed out too.
It's a wise move.
So, those four staying out, the fact that Rob Smith and Bit have stayed out gives Bergen and Fanning a chance, because Eddie, Fox, Hoseman, Rumex and Doris, by the way, pitted again. So Doris...
the front four, there's only 5 laps left on that tyre. Really. You can't really go too far.
They had 3 laps in the safety car before. They're going to get another 3 safety car laps, maybe 2. So, I'd say they've probably got maybe 6 or 7 laps. So, from when the safety car comes in, they'll have about 6 laps at the end where they're absolutely dead. It's a gamble. Personally, I would have pitted, but it depends how they feel. If they feel confident in the car, then good for them.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone's different. They might like a little bit of a slicker tyre. I
like the grip, mate. I like the grip, mate.
I like the grip, yeah, I like grip.
A twitchy rear is all fun and dance when you're in a gentleman's club, but not on a racetrack.
I'm tempted to put all-terrain tyres on.
What? Oh, you want to go for the full wets in a dry condition?
Just go the full length of the race.
Easy. Now then, our predictions for the race win, but today I said Hoseman, you said Doris initially, and then you changed to Rumax. All 3 of those are 7th, 8th and 9th right now, but they are all on brand new tyres. Interestingly, Hoseman on hards, Rumax and Doris on mediums. 4 cars up front who haven't pitted on this safety car, who I think might be vulnerable. But will they prove us wrong? If they do, good for them and fair play.
I would pit if I was Baldy as well.
Yeah, he's on 6 lap old mediums. He's going to lose 1 position at worst. And that's to Boothie behind him. But no, he continues.
Well, Boothie went a bit deep there.
Yeah, Boothie's doing a bit of drifting.
Even the safety car looks sexy.
Does a little bit.
I wish I could jump on board with that.
Yeah, I'd quite like to. I know in time trial you can sit and drive the safety car. It'd be nice to actually have someone designated to drive it in the race, you know.
Oh,
if the comms could drive the safety car, that would be brilliant.
That would be epic. Medical car and safety car.
Oh, one of us take the back, one take the front. Or is that a whole nother scenario? Who knows?
I know how that video starts.
Oh no, your boiler's broken. I can come round and fix it. Oh no. Anyway. So, interestingly, in the top 10, we have a good array of teams, and unless I'm mistaken, Haas are the only team in the top 10 that has both drivers.
You are correct.
Oh, safety car's coming in his lap. So, what are we going to see here? That is the question. Are those guys on new tyres going to come through as quickly as we believe they will?
I think it'll take a couple of laps. But eventually it will happen. They'll just come steaming through.
Here we go. Fanning leads them round the final corner. And he's had a good getaway there. Bergen's just half second back. Another half second back to bits. He's got Rob Smith right up his diffuser. That's where he likes another man. In P5, Eddie Dust, the first of the pitters. He's just patiently waiting. And look at that. Rob Smith already understeering wide. And Eddie... Oh, it's a collision! Rob and Eddie had a collision. It looked like Rob just had a big moment. Eddie just gets through. Don't think he got any damage. But now, 1 down, 3 to go, and already Eddie looking at lining up Bit. Is Bit going to defend? Is Eddie going to send one? And Bit's gone a bit defensive a bit early. That's gonna leave him a bit vulnerable for the next few corners. To be slightly hindered by maybe rubber or discarded blisters on his tyres. And all collision between the McLaren and the Aston. Already we're seeing the benefit of the new tyres. Fox trying to go around the outside of Rob Smith, but let's go back to Eddie. Bit's going to have to do a real masterclass here if he wants to hold on to this position, and I don't think he's going to hold on for more than a lap or two at best. He just doesn't have the tyre grip.
The difference in grip is just crazy.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, Eddie's into P3. Ooh. He's gone deep. Bit will come back at him. It's going to use all of his battery to have any chance, but Eddie just has more straight line speed.
Good fighting there from Bit.
Yeah, no, he gave it his all. He tried. He was spirited, and ultimately he was a victim there. He had no real chance. Just behind them though, Rob Smith, he's holding on, but here comes the Fox River. Here comes Doris. Here comes Postman as well. 3-on-1 into turn 1.
Do you know what? I didn't even see Hosman there.
Hosman's the one that's got through. Rob Smith is still ahead of Fox and Doris, but Hosman's the one that got through. That was a real case of 3 lions onto 1 antelope. I'll rephrase it as that rather than an alternative.
Fox
that isn't PG.
Rob. I don't think he's got the straight line speed.
Fox around the outside, he's got the grip, and that's a great move. Rob's just hanging it out there, but he's got no grip. Doris now on the inside, and look at the traction on the exit. Oh, wow. This Alpine, he's doing nothing wrong, but he just doesn't have the pace. Speaking of pace, Eddie is already on the back of Bergen. And we've got another yellow flag. There's a Waz's rounds out the Singapore sling.
He's still moving.
Yep, he's still in the race. That's good to see. He's only going to send it on Bergen here. Nope, he's racing. He knows the moment will come later. Just needs to bide his time. Here we go. Eddie's lining him up already. Bergen gives him a squeeze, but ultimately...
The grip under traction is just so much greater.
Yeah, Bergen knew he was fighting that uphill battle.
I think they will start to regret what they did now.
Yeah, definitely. And Fanning, he's only 1.1 ahead of Eddie, and Eddie is closing every corner, every straight. He is gaining. Hosman, by the way, on the inside of Bits. And wow, Hosman with a huge drift. He catches it well. He's got to try and find a way past his teammate of last season. back to the front. Eddie is in DRS.
Has left Hoseman vulnerable.
He hasn't, mind you.
On DRS.
Hoseman's already back on back a bit. But up front, Eddie and Fanning. Is this going to be a taste of fair? Will Fanning fight it, or will he just let him go?
It would be wise to just let him go.
Indeed, but he is in P1. Fanning will want to hold on as long as he can. Oh, collision between the two! And Fanning has had a slight tap from the back of Eddie. In real life, that might well have been a puncture, but he looks to be fine. Eddie's having to hang on. But here we go. Bits is really vulnerable here, but Hoseman's the one that's lost position, not Bit. Doris has taken Hoseman for P5, and somehow Carl is still in P4. He's doing a great job. That is incredible defending from Carl.
I think he's defending perfect.
What's incredible is Bergen's just 1 second up the road from these guys. And actually, as Eddie, by the way, Eddie's got past Fanning. We just missed it. I do apologise, everyone. And Mornis is now retired from the session. He's lost it in the final sector after chicane. Doesn't look like any sign of a safety car yet. Or a VSC. Oh, big drift from Hoseman! Hoseman's lost position to Rumax and Fox River. Has Hoseman burnt out those rear tyres? Bits, mind you, has burnt out his battery, and this is going to allow Doris to fly past. Yeah, that's an easy move for Doris. Bit did well to hang on for as long as he did. 4 or 5 laps.
Oh, absolutely.
He did a great job there. He's helped Bergen and Fanning to no end there. Really done him a favour. Fanning has already dropped 1.2 back from Eddie. He and Bergen are going to have to really work hard to try and hang on to P2 and P3. We've got another car round. It's Jackster who's lost it. Oh dear, that's a shame. He's got it rolling again though. But he's down at the back. Now we're on board with Doris. He's lining up Bergen now. He's got so much more grip on those mediums. 9 laps newer. That is the difference between Bergen and Doris.
Still holding the Ferrari of Fox.
He is.
This is prime Bit.
It's his prime Carl Edens. He's channeling his inner Sebastian Vettel right now, and he's loving it. Back to the action ahead. Bergen is really going to have to fight this. Doris, primed from his win on Friday. Well, talk us through it. What happened?
Final corner. I think he clipped the outside curb.
Oh, Rumax has passed him though.
Yeah, Rumax is flying.
Yeah, Doris is on the outside of Bergen in turn 4. Can he make the move on the exit? Yeah, surely. Bergen runs wide. Doris from the switchback gets the DRS. So's Bergen, but Doris has got more straight line speed, clearly. And will he go around the outside? Yes, he will. Oh, there's a contact! Bergen just hangs on. Big slide, but he holds on. Doris is through to P3. Oh, we've got action. Here's Gassian and Hoseman have lost positions.
Fox has finally got past it.
Ghostwrider's got a wing missing as well. Yeah, Fox has passed Bit.
Really struggling on the rear end now. And so how are Fanning and Bergen getting on?
Yeah, this point in the race, you've got to really consider, is it worth the extra pit stop? I think they're going to try and hang it out for another safety car though. I don't know if they're going to get one though. Bit's struggling to make the corner there. Look at that, he's almost in the wall. And Boothie is surely going to take Carl here. And Hoseman, ever present right behind.
Yeah, them mediums are gone. Absolutely gone.
Yeah, 100%. And Boothie's at the inside a bit. Nice and simple. And Hoseman hits the back of Bit. Ooh. That's some frustration in the Red Bull driver there. He will be hoping for a bit of grip.
Gone for the second stop. Wise move.
Yep. Doris is at the inside of Fanning into turn 1. That's for P2. And now Bergen has caught up with Fanning again. Are they going to have a little dance with no pants together for P3? With Rumax now closing in on them as well. And don't forget Fox River, our pole sitter. He's definitely not out of this yet.
It's looking like Eddie Dust is going to
Yeah,
win.
he's already got nearly 5 seconds on Doris behind him. That is great driving from him, great pace to see. Fanning,
I mean, he passed the leading pack pretty quick, which is what he needed, really.
yeah, he needs to dispatch of them and get gone. Has to be said, Fanning, he's doing well to hang on to Doris. He's got a bit of DRS from him, but now he looks vulnerable. Bergen looks to be the fastest of the two right now. He's got DRS, he's got slipstream. Will he make a move here? Or is he going to play the DRS game like Lando and Carlos did? Get the DRS to stop people attacking from behind and then back off during the corners to back them up. I think that's what he might do. They might play the team game. Even though they're not teammates, they might do a Carlos Lando. Carlando. More just after session.
I think, in my opinion, the tyres are just, they're gone.
Bergen really backed off in that final corner. Is Gassian going to stem one? Not in turn one. But I think Bergen's just trying to fight Gassian as much as he... Sorry, Womack even as much as he can to try and give Fanning a chance to drag him along in turn.
Yeah, the problem Fanning's got now is the grip. The grip's really... It's just gone.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Although, the longer this goes on, the more the other guys around the tyres are going to level out similar to theirs. But it's whether they can keep it out the wall.
17 laps on a medium.
And they've got another 7 to go.
Singapore.
Yeah, another 7 to go. It's going to be interesting. Are they going to make it to the end? There we go, into the Anderson Bridge section, and this is the fight that's most exciting in the whole field right now. Although, we said that Doris was 5 seconds behind Eddie, he's found 1.4, 1.5 seconds on Eddie in the last couple of laps. So has Eddie picked up some damage? Has he got a problem? Has he killed his tyres? Or was he just cruising?
Pushed too hard, too fast, by the looks of things.
Maybe he's just cruising. But this fight here, the Alfa Haas, Alfa Ferrari, this is the fight that for P3, 4, 5 and 6, it's just coming alive. Bergen with some extreme defending. Legal but extreme. And Fox Rivers, yeah, Fox has just sat behind him and behind Womack, infuriated, hating every second of this. He can't attack, he can't do anything, he's just got to sit there. Fanning,
I think Fox knows he's on the better tyre to the end.
Yeah, Fanning knows full well that right now Bergen's doing him the job of a lifetime, helping him out.
Oh, Fanning had a little wiggle there.
He did. Rob Smith in the Alpine, by the way, back-to-back fastest laps, currently in P11. He and Bit, having pitted, are a fair way off the next cars, which is Wazza in P9. But much newer tyres, much nicer tyres.
I honestly don't know how Bergen and Fanning are keeping this car on the road.
No, I personally don't know how they're doing it either. 1 second, I just need to quickly grab a drink. Sorry for that. Right. This fight here, we're going to come away from it briefly, just because there is another group of drivers on the field fighting, and that is the front two. They're not quite fighting on track yet, but Doris's gap is 2.2 to Eddie. 2.1. It's coming down quickly. Eddie doesn't look to have got any damage, but as you say, maybe he's just killed the tyres too soon. He had great initial pace. Has that pace dropped off?
He's just nearly been in the wall at turn 2.
That's just crazy. That's crazy to hear, but look at this.
Fanning's got him. Fox has got him as well.
Oh dear, that is not what these two wanted. Fox getting past one, and now Fox going to get Bergen too. That's a great move. Oh, bit of a shove wide. Oh, I think Fox ought to give that position back, if I'm honest. Oh, Fanning's nearly round. His rears are gone. Fanning's rear is gone, surely. Oh, collision from Hoseman onto Fanning.
It's the front grip as well, the turning in, it's just not... There'll be no response now.
No, personally, I think Fox ought to have given that position back to Bergen. He did kind of show him the curb and then beyond, so that was a bit aggressive, if I'm honest. But nevertheless, I'm sure Fox would have got him anyway. Let's go back to the front. So, Doris is within DRS now of Eddie Dust. This is really now looking like Eddie Dust is vulnerable, he's in trouble, and Doris, with his Senna helmet, is in a very good position to come and take the win. Eddie's pitting! Eddie Dust has dived into the pits!
Yeah, like I said, I think he's lost the grip on the tyre too quick.
Eddie Dust, our race leader, with 5-6 laps to go, has decided he's pitting. Clearly,
it's not a bad move, you know. He's going to have 3 seconds a lap. Faster tyres.
Depends where he comes out though, because
couple of laps.
He's already 8th. He's already down to 8th. He's just thrown away.
Yeah. Well, he's coming out in clean air, so.
Yeah, but the clan, as I'm going to call him now, that he's got to catch is Fox River, Bergen, Womax, Fanning, Hoseman, and then Boothie just off the back of them. That's a huge group of cars he's coming up to, and he's got to pass them all. He's on the soft tyre, which is a good tyre to start with, but by the time he gets to them, he's going to have nothing left to fight with. His tyres will be Ian Beale. Doris, by the way...
9.4 now. 9.
9.0, yeah. He will catch quickly, but his tyres will be dead by the time he gets there.
He's almost took a second off already in a couple of corners.
I personally think he's left it too late. If he'd pitted 3 or 4 laps ago, maybe, but I think he's left it too late now.
Oh, I agree. I think it is too late to pass all of them, but he will definitely make some spots.
We'll see. Doris now leading the race as he did on Friday, showing he has phenomenal pace. He is not to be messed with. Fox River, he's not pulling away from Bergen in the way that I thought he might. 9 lap different tyres.
He's on the best tyre. I think he's just a little bit too far behind Doris now.
Yeah. Bergen just hanging on from Remax. These guys have now dropped Fanning and Hoseman, who are having their own little fight. And then Boothie in free air, not quite troubling them, and there's Eddie Dust at the top of the screen. That gap for Eddie's already 5.5. So, Boothie and Hoseman with time penalties, you will imagine that Eddie's going to get them both. Remax has now got past Bergen.
The gap is coming down that fast.
He's got 4 laps to catch and pass as many as he can.
Well, it was 9.5 seconds when he exceeded the pits. 1 lap ago.
This is going to be tight for Eddie. Let's go back to the guys up front. So Fox River, Womax, Bergen. That's a 3-car scrap, which is now looking to be over. Bergen just doesn't have the tyres to fight them. The next car back is Fanning, who is holding Hoseman at bay. And it has to be said, these two both have killed their rear tyres. They're sliding out of almost every corner. Hoseman there is trying to get the switchback and just lost the rear end again. But he's still going to get Fanning, who looks to have even less grip. Fanning defends in the middle of the track, trying to play the clever game. And he does. They both lock up on the way into the corner, but Fanning's got the line. But Fanning then loses all grip on the exit. Hoseman does get the move finally.
Eddie Dust.
Eddie Dust is with Boothie already. Alright, wow. And with Fanning and Hoseman fighting, yeah, fastest lap for Eddie. With Hoseman and Fanning fighting, surely we're going to see an opportunity for Eddie, if he gets past Boothie here, to get Fanning and Hoseman. That's P5. I don't think he's going to get Bergen. I don't think he's going to get... Oh, and he collides with Boothie briefly. I don't think he'll get as high as Bergen, but I think he could get Hoseman and Fanning. And with the fastest lap point, 5th in the fastest lap is not a bad result.
Do you know what?
Actually, he might get Bergen, you know. take it back 3 laps. Look how quick he's caught these two.
He's got to pass these two as quick
This
as
lap. He's got to pass them this lap. This is a very good show from Eddie, it has to be said. Yellow flag. B17 has lost it at turn 4, between turn 4 and 5. Yep, Fanning knows that Eddie's coming. Fanning's fighting back. Oh, it's a bit of a shove. Eddie backs out. He wants to make it to the end. Fanning really doesn't have much left to fight with. Is Eddie going to make a move into the chicane? Eddie needs to pass Fanning this lap if he wants to have any chance of getting P4 from Bergen, P5 from Hoseman. And Fanning's is shoving a little bit there. Eddie's shoving back. They're both giving it as good as they take. And Eddie is through. Now then, 2 laps to go. Eddie needs to pass Hoseman this lap. The gap between Hoseman and Bergen is 5.2 seconds, so Eddie's about 6 seconds from Bergen. He needs 6 seconds a lap plus 2 overtakes to take P4. Can he do it? Do you reckon he can do it, Ryan?
I won't put it past him, you know, going at this speed, but he's got to pass Hoseman.
He does, and I think he's already got Hoseman. He's got Hoseman here. Alright, here we go. Eddie, 5 seconds is your gap to Bergen. 5.0 now, so he's got just over 2.5 laps to find 5 seconds. I've got to be honest, it's going to be the final brake zone with that chicane on the last lap, on that new section. That's going to be the place, surely. It won't be before there. Surely not. The gap from Bergen to Remax is another 4 seconds, so even if he does get Bergen, he's not getting Remax. He's not going to get Fox, he's not going to get Doris, but this is a great drive. Considering he was going to drop behind Doris to P2, he may have held on for a podium, he may have dropped behind Fox and Remax, but he's guaranteed himself at least a top 5 in a fastest lap, rather than a DNF.
He's guaranteed himself a race finish as well. We don't know what his tyres felt like under his...
Yeah, exactly. He's doing a great job.
You know?
Great job from him here. Now then, the gap is less than 3 seconds. What will it be as he crosses the line? As he comes across the line, it's 2.8 seconds. Now, will he find that?
He's just gaining at everything in the corners.
Indeed. I hate to stay with him, because I know it's boring for people to watch, but this is the excitement. This is the most intense moment on track. And Boofy's gone off at turn 1. And he's retired.
Oh, that's unlucky.
That's unfortunate. He was having a good drive, to be fair. He was on some points.
1.8 the gap.
Yeah, I think he's going to get him either in the next DRS zone or the runs to the final chicane. 1.6, 1.4, 1.3. This gap is tumbling. Although a little moment there from Eddie. He's back up to 1.5. Bergen needs to make sure he does not give DRS away on this lap in the DRS zone to come. That will be crucial. And I think he's avoided it. Well done to Bergen for not giving away the DRS. Although the gap is 1.1, depending on the traction out of the next corner. There you go, Eddie does not have the DRS. He's only half a second behind. Will he get the traction out of this corner here? Bergen needs to have as much battery deployment as he can get. Eddie's got slipstream, and I hate to say it, but I think Bergen is not going to be able to fight. And oh, interestingly, Bergen didn't need to defend that because Eddie just backed off.
He went the wrong way.
Oh my word, into the final corner. Eddie doesn't go for it. He nearly does. Doris wins the race. Fox comes second. Remax third. Bergen hangs on for P4. Eddie P5. Hoseman will take P6. Fanning will take P6 from him after the penalty. Hoseman got to P7. Carl takes P8. Ninth for Rob Smith. Incredible. 25 laps each on the medium.
Well done.
What a race. Driver of the day nominations, Mr. Barber. Who are you going to go for?
Oh, I'm going to say Bergen.
Yeah, I think it's
24 laps on a medium to finish P4.
Yeah, the game's going to bit. He's a good nomination, but that was a great drive from the pair of them.
Fanning as well, he's done really well there to stay on track. He was struggling, really struggling.
Indeed, that was a crazy end to the race there. Eddie giving us a thriller to end with and a fastest lap point to take home as a bonus as well. Doris is your provisional winner with Fox River, pole to P2, nearly perfect for him, and Womack's P3, great drive. Bergen, as you just said there, with a great drive to P4, Eddie P5, and Fanning 15th to 6th. He'll be happy with that in P6. Hoseman, always in the battles today, didn't quite work out, and then bit in P7 and 8. Ninth for Ross Smith and Jackson with the final point today. Ghost Rider, Wazza, Gastian, all just outside the points. Boothy, B17, Monster, DRS Julian, Ninja, J Rooster, and Hornet, all not unfortunately finishing the race today. So we've given our drive of the day today to Bergen. Congratulations to him and thank you to everyone who's taken part tonight. Tier 1 has been slightly delayed because of the delayed Tier 2 today. So Tier 1 should be starting at 9 o'clock. That's 15 minutes time where you'll get to see me and Daddy Rambo hitting the streets of Singapore.
What, tempted to split drive a day between Bergen and Fanning. 15 positions made.
It's a crazy stat between the two of them. They've had a great drive.
I didn't realise he started 15th.
Yeah, well, Bittin 16th to 8th is a great drive as well, to be fair to him. That's absolutely a cracking performance, especially that defence against Hoseman early on as well. Well, thank you for joining me, Ryan. It's been, as always, a pleasure to speak and chill with you. And thank you to everyone who's tuned in. We will be online shortly for Tier 1. Congratulations to everyone who was on the podium tonight. Have a lovely evening all, and take care.